Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Know About Embedded Systems. So in today's video, we will understand one of the very important topic which is used in our CAN network, that is called as error confinement in a CAN protocol. So what do you mean by this error confinement? How your ECUs will behave whenever there is an error condition. So that part we will understand in detail in this video. So before going to the video in detail, if you are a new viewer to my channel, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel and gain the knowledge on embedded system and share these videos to your friends as well. So keep watching this video till the end. You will get a more knowledge on a CAN and its mechanism, how there is an error can be handled. So let us start the video. Error confinement in a CAN protocol. So guys, let us assume you might be already knowing that we will be having a CAN network in the vehicles. So when you consider any vehicle, you will be having more than 20 different ECUs that already I have explained in the previous video. So let us consider here 4 ECUs are there. The node, in the sense, whatever you're seeing here, node means it's an ECU. So let us assume we have 4 ECUs and these 4 ECUs are connected to the CAN bus. This yellow color and green color line is what you're seeing. This is your CAN bus. So whenever there is an error, whenever there is an error situation found out in the node, let us assume here node 2 is an error ECU. Let us assume, so this is generating some error here. So in that situation, how your CAN bus will handle this error scenario? So one node is an error node and 3 nodes are proper nodes. So how this complete mechanism will be taken care in the CAN protocol? So that part we have to understand. Now, what do you mean by this error scenario or a fault confinement? Error confinement or a fault confinement, we will tell. What do you mean by that? So let us see the definition here. Fault confinement in a CAN network is a safety mechanism that prevents the faulty nodes from the disrupting network communication by transition into 3 states. So what do you mean by this? So whenever there is an error situation, your CAN bus will classify that error networks or error ECU into 3 different states. So currently what you are seeing on the screen. So your CAN network will divide your error node into 3 different categories, that is called as active state, passive state and bus off state. So currently what you are seeing on the screen. So active state, passive state and bus off state. The same thing here also you can see. So we will have 3 different states of ECU. One is called active state, that's nothing but error active state. One is called error passive state and one is called bus off state. Based on the error in the ECU, in the CAN it is classified into 3 states. One is error active state, error passive state and one is bus off state. Based on 2 parameters, that is called as TEC and REC. You can see here, based on error counters. So in our CAN, we have 2 different counters are there, especially the error counters. They are called as TEC and REC. TEC stands for transmit error counter and REC stands for receive error counter. So what is that? That also we will see. So just keep it in mind, in our ECU, whenever there is an error, your complete ECU is divided into 3 states: active state, passive state and bus off state. What is that? Let us see in detail in the next slide. Now in the previous slide I have explained you 2 things. One is called a TEC and REC. TEC stands for transmit error counter and REC stands for receive error counter. So what do you mean by this transmit error counter and receive error counter? If there is an error in the transmission side, then the transmit error counter will get incremented. If the errors are found out in the receiver section, then that is called as REC, then that is called as a receive error counter. You can see here. So counters are classified into 2 things: error counter, transmit error counter and receive error counter. If the error is occurred in the transmission side, then TEC will get incremented by 8 times. If the error is identified in the receiver side, then a receiver counter will be incremented by 1. So every ECU will follow the same thing. Okay. So whenever there is an error, TEC will get incremented by 8 and REC will be incremented by 1. And if there is let us assume there is no error in the ECU. So ECUs are running in a free way, there is no problem in the ECU, then the error counter will decrement. You can see here, while successful transmission or reception, the error counter will decrement by the same value. TEC will decrement by 8 value and REC will decrement by 1 value. So based on this TEC and REC, our ECU states are classified into three things. One is called active state, one is called passive state, and one is called bus off state. Now let us see the screen here. I told you already in the previous video, a previous slide, based on the TEC and REC, our ECU state will be classified into active state, error passive state, and bus off state. Now first of all, we will understand what are the different errors that can cause that error in the CAN network. That part also we have to understand. So what are the different errors? So in the previous video already in detail I have explained in the errors in the CAN network. Already I have explained in detail. You can watch that video as well. But here just I'll give a glimpse here. What are the different errors we can identify in the CAN network? One is called bit monitoring error. One is called stuff error. The first one is called bit error, stuff error, form error, acknowledgement error, and CRC error. So there are totally 5 errors are defined in the CAN network. Based on these errors, the error counter will get increment or a decrement whenever you transmit and receive the data with error, without error. Okay, so based on the TEC and REC, the ECU states are also classified into active state, passive state, and bus off state. Now what do you mean by active state here? The blue color, whatever you're seeing here, the blue color circle, whatever you want, whenever TEC and REC, nothing but transmit error counter and receive error counter, whenever the difference there is a less than 127, then that state is called as active state. So what do you mean by error active state? Whenever the error counters are less than 127, both TEC and REC both are less than 127, then that is called as active error state. So passive error state means, if you observe here, whenever your counters are greater than 127, it includes for both. So TEC and REC, whenever your error counters getting more than 127, then the EC will enter into passive state. Okay, so this is very important. Whenever the ECU is entering more than 127 error counters, then that particular state is called as passive state. And in this passive state, it will work normally, but it will transmit passive error flags. You can see here in this state. So in this state, the CAN ECU or a CAN node will transmit and receive, both it can do, but it will transmit a passive error flag indicating that the error counters are more than 127. Okay, this is the major difference between active state and passive state. In active state, so everything will be transmitting properly without any problem, but in case of passive state, everything will work fine, but only the major difference is it will transmit a passive error flag during the error notification. Okay, and also it has to wait for 8 extra bits in order to receive and in order to transmit data. This is a one more difference. So error passive state will require 8 additional 8-bit waiting state for your reception and transmission. So this is one more thing you should know. Error passive state. The third state in our ECU error confinement or error confinement in a CAN is bus off state. The black color, whatever you're seeing. So what do you mean by this bus off state? In the bus off state, whenever your counters are getting more than 255, you can see here, whenever the error counters are getting greater than 255, then that particular ECU will enter into bus off state. That means no ECU, the ECU which is going to bus off state, it will not transmit any data and it will not receive any data. So ECU itself is going to disconnect from the communication. That state is called as bus off state. You can see here. So in this state, CAN node will disconnect itself from the CAN network, and it cannot transmit any data, and it cannot receive any data. So that means your ECU will enter into bus off state, no communication. It is going to disconnect from itself. Okay, this is the one important thing you should know, and this will happen only whenever your error counters are greater than 255. So this is called as bus off state. And finally, how do you overcome from the bus off state? That is also very important, because if you enter into error state and bus off state, finally this ECU will never communicate again. if you enter into bus off state and if you do not resume its operation normally, then the particular node will not at all enable and it will not at all communicate. So that's why. So we will enable this same ECU after some time. So that timing also in a scientifically they have defined here. You can see how do you recover the error ECU. You can see here the bus off node can recover automatically after monitoring 128 occurrence of 11 consecutive recessive bits. So that means 120, you can see here as well I have written 128 occurrence of 11 recessive bits. So this is a recovery mechanism whenever there is a bus off state. 128 into 11 recessive bits, it has to wait. The ECU has to wait, and after that it will resume into normal active state and it will again communicate as normally. So this is a one way, and one more way is hardware reset. So system reset we will call. Through the system reset or hardware reset, our ECUs also we can reset to its normal operation. So like this, in our CAN network, based on the errors, it is classified into 3 states. One is active state, one is a passive state, and one is bus off state. So with the help of these error counters classified into three different states, and based on that we can overcome different error scenarios which will happen in the real time. I hope this video is an informative video. If you feel this video is an informative video, please click on like button and subscribe my YouTube channel, and also share this video to your friends and spread the knowledge on embedded system.